Hey guys, so today I want to talk to y'all about getting a new job. I'm probably going to do multiple videos on this, maybe the application process, which is this video, and then the interview process. So for the application process, there's a lot that goes in to either getting the nerve up to go apply places, getting yourself prepared to go to apply places, and also being presentable and ready whenever it comes time, the day that you're going to go hand out your resume like freaking candy on Halloween. That's what I did anyway today. So today I just went and applied to 10 different places, went into 13 different businesses, and only 10 of them I let them have my beautiful resume. So first things first, getting the nerve up to apply for a job. And I was horrified at getting a new job. I've been a month unemployed and it is scary. You have so many people in your life that you know that are constantly asking you, hey, have you gotten a job yet? Have you done this? Have you done that? And you're constantly on your case. And that was the case for me. And it just stresses you out. It scares you to death. And it's just not a fun time. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't eating well, or as much as I should. I was just kind of in a state of depression because I didn't know what my next move was going to be. I was going through not knowing if I wanted to stay in the fashion industry, if I wanted to change something and do something completely different, if I wanted to go back to school. There was just so much in my mind going on. But then I had to go into what is practical right now. It's not practical for me to go back to school. I just need a job now to pay the bills and pretty much just pay the bills. So I wanted to stay in where I was and where I was comfortable, and that is in retail. So that's what I went out for today, is to apply for retail jobs. So finally, after a week of me like racking my brain of what I wanted to do, being horrified, I finally settled on, I'm going to do retail. I'm going to stay in fashion or beauty. That's it. And part of that was my husband giving me a deadline. He's like, okay, if you don't have it figured out by Saturday, we're going to have a talk. So I figured it out by Saturday, because nothing is worse than having a little sit-down talk about your future with your husband. So figured it out. So once I figured it out, then I still was horrified. I still wasn't 100% sure, but I had to give him an answer, and that ended up being the decision that I'm going with now. So then another week went by of me being so horrified that I just like sat in front of the TV and just like wasted a week. It ended up being a really good thing because I discovered New Girl, and that, if you're not familiar with that show, it has up to 4 seasons right now, and I'm actually only watched the first 2. That's all that's on Netflix. BT dubs. If you want the others, you gotta go on Hulu. But anyways, I started watching that, and it was really opened my eyes and made me feel more comfortable and confident about what I want to do and putting myself out there. So basically, it stars Zoe Deschanel, and she's living with 3 guy roommates, and it shows their process of relationships. It doesn't matter in this video, but also jobs, their future, their career. They have Nick, who dropped out of law school. They have Zoe, who's a teacher that got laid off. They have Winston, who was a pro basketball player, and he got fired. And then they have this other guy, Schmidt. He still has his job, and he doesn't have any problems with the job. He's not the one that helped me. It was really Zoe. So anyways, Zoe got laid off, and she did like a whole little depression thing where she was sitting on the couch. She was like, didn't know what she wanted to do because she wanted to teach. Anyways, one day, finally, she was just like, you know what, I'm going to do this. And she left and went and applied for a job. And after 2 interviews, she got the job. So that really spoke to me, because it's like, you know what, it's okay for me to be scared. It's okay for me to go through a little mini depression, not knowing what I want to do and being horrified, like what's next, like what do I do? And also for me, it was the fear of rejection. And I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. I thought I was alone in feeling that way. And so I kept everything internalized. Wasn't talking to my husband. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't eating right or well. And I just didn't know what to do. I didn't have anybody to talk to because I just was so scared, embarrassed, and disappointed in myself, really. That it had been a month since I've been employed. So after that, I saw her process of doing it. It was over like a few episodes, but I was like, you know what, it needs to be spur of the moment. It needs to be just like, now, get it done. Because I don't know if you guys are like this. I am one of those people that whenever I want to do something, I have to do it right then, or I'm going to like procrastinate like nobody's business. Whenever I first started looking for jobs, it was 2 weeks after I had left my previous job. And I started messing with my resume. I got too scared, so I closed it, did some other things like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And I gave myself a window between 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock. That's whenever I need to go apply at places. It'd pass that time, and I'd be like, crap, I'm going to be late. I don't have time, so I wouldn't do it. So I procrastinate really, really bad. So it needs to be one of those things that you're just like, okay, I'm going to do it and go do it. Don't think about it, because I'm the person that thinks way too hard about things, and it just ends up messing everything up if I overthink things and overanalyze it. So once I had finally got the confidence up, and after watching that episode and just being like, you know what, I can do this, and like really amp myself up, I started working on my resume. And a tip about working on your resume, this is like the second thing you need to do after you get the nerve, is your resume. Everybody's going to want a resume. Either they're going to want an application and resume, or just your resume. So I ended up printing out 10 of my resumes to bring with me today. I didn't think I was going to use them all, but I did. So I opened up my old resume and I was going to wipe it clean, but my husband was like, no, just tweak what you have. It's going to be so much harder to start from scratch, and just tweak what you have. It'll be a lot easier and better. So that's what I did, and it was over in 5 minutes. And so I emailed it to him. He tweaked it a little bit, and so I changed the things that he said to change. Then I sat on it for a few hours and changed some more things, and I was very happy with the resume that came out. So it's very good. So it's really good to have somebody to check your work. So either it's a neighbor, a parent, a husband, a significant other, whatever, a sibling. Get somebody else to read your resume and go over it for you before you send it to somebody. And so the next thing is, after you've done your resume and you've figured out where you want to work or what field you want to work in, go ahead and start researching some places. What I did, I knew specific areas that are really safe here in Baton Rouge, and I handpicked different ones that cater to the style that I have. Something that I would love to sell, something that I'd love to wear, because I'm going to be there a lot. I'm going to buy the clothes from there. It's just a lot of things that have to go into account. I mean, initially you're going to want to be proud of a product that you're selling. You're putting so much time and effort. You want to feel good about selling it to somebody else because you love it yourself. So I researched about 10-15 places, and I was like, okay, they're all in the same general area. I can just go quickly do it all in one day and be done with it. And actually was. So once you've done that, you're going to want to schedule a day that you're going to go out and do it. Honestly, Monday is the best for retail. If you want to work in a restaurant, those are the best days because that's going to be their least busy. So for retail, I would go Monday through Wednesday, and I would go between the hours of 11 and 1 because they usually open at 10 o'clock. Monday through Wednesday, that is the slowest day of any retail store of the week. Now, if you're going for a corporate job, I would go maybe Tuesday, because Monday is usually whenever they have the big meeting for the week and people are really stressed about, because oh my god, it's Monday, they don't want to deal with anybody. But Tuesday, people are starting to get in the groove of things. So go Tuesday, maybe after lunch. That's going to be a great time, but don't go too close to them closing. Like, there's literally like a window you need to go apply places. And whatever you do, do not apply on a Friday, because they're going to get your stuff and the weekend's going to come, they're completely forget about you. I've applied to 3 different places before this while I was still at my previous job, and it was on a Friday, and I never got a call back because they literally just forgot about me. And it was just don't do Friday. Nowhere. Don't apply Friday for anywhere. Anyways, moving on. So now we want to talk about the appearance, guys. Okay, you want to set yourself apart from everybody. You want to look special. You want to look like you know what you're doing, and you want to look confident. So first things first, I wore a red lip thanks to my friend Danny here on YouTube. She told me to wear a red lip because studies have shown that red is very memorable. So that's what I did, and I'm actually wearing Revlon Color Stay and Stand Out Remarkable, which it says it all in the name, people. Come on. So you want to do something classic like this. I wouldn't do like a bright neon color unless you're going in the beauty industry. So I did a bright red lip, but then I kept my eyes very neutral and just used my Naked Basics palette. Anyways, and I did an eyeliner. I wanted everything to be drawn. There is a cat on a leash. I'm sorry. Somebody just walked by with a cat on a leash. Anyways, so I wanted everything to be simple, but my lips and eyes to stand out. But I wanted my eyes to stand out from like eyeliner, if that makes sense. Anyways, so then the next thing I wanted to do, I wanted to wear a simple basic top. that looked dressy, so it kind of dress up my outfit. And I just wore dark wash jeans. I'll show you a picture of my outfit now. And then I wore my leopard loafers from Liz Claiborne that I got from JCPenney. And the reason why I wore those is because it shows that you have style. It's a good neutral, and it's just perfect, to be honest. It's like the perfect shoe. If you don't want to go for a nude heel or black heel, go for leopard. And next thing is I put this trench coat on. It was very cold today, and so it was perfect. And I got this from the Lauren Conrad collection, and it has a bow on it, so it makes it special. So that gives it the little special element. So when you turn to leave to walk, they'll remember you as you're leaving, as well as while you're coming in when they see your lipstick. So that's something to play along with as well. Next thing, if you're going into your creative field, you want to have a creative hairstyle. I did a fishtail braid that I did all the way from here all the way down, and that looks very creative. It looks hard to do, and it just looks special. So that's something really cool to do, so that you can have like that edgy, effortless, cute look about you. If you can't do a fishtail braid, I wouldn't do a basic braid. It's just not that interesting. You could do a big top knot bun. That would be really beautiful, and it doesn't take a lot of time to do. It just look very polished and beautiful. Also, if you can't do that, your hair's too short, or you just don't, you physically can't do it, then curl your hair and wear it down. Maybe like twist it a little bit and pull it back. You want your hair to be polished and it to look like you have spent a lot of time working on it, when in reality it really didn't. So also, now that you have your appearance down, you want to make sure you feel confident the day you go to apply. You want to feel confident the day you go for the interview, but you can't really control how confident you are when you go to the interview because you have a time set. So what you want to do, you want to come in there, find the first person that you see, because I'm going to tell you a story. Whenever I was working at the past boutique, we had so many people that would bypass me or bypass my manager and come straight for me, whoever's behind the desk. It's very rude, so I wouldn't do that. Go to the first person that you see, and if the manager's there, usually they'll appoint you to the manager to go fill out an application or drop off a resume. So you want to be nice and respectful, so you tell them hello when you come in, and you say goodbye when you leave. You want to be like, thank you so much for helping me, have a great day, and that leaves a good taste in their mouth. Instead of like, here's my resume, peace. Don't do anything like that. Say, bye, thank you so much, have a great day, or I hope you have a great day. That's a really good thing to do. So once you've mastered being confident and all that stuff, my last tip to tell you for the application process is to bring one resume to one job, and do not go in with a big ass portfolio or a briefcase full of resumes or a manila folder full of resumes. You want to go in with one resume, look like you're only applying for this job. You don't want them to see you hopping from store to store to store. It's not very professional. Some managers won't care because they're like, you know what, she needs a job. She's like trying to find a job. But in the reality scheme of things, managers look for people who want to work at their store, that are passionate about their store. And whenever they see you jumping, it kind of looks like you don't know anything about any store. You're just kind of like going in. So what I did is that a few stores that I wanted to apply at were right beside each other. So I would drive, park, and go in, give them my application, get back in the car, go to a store further down, do the same thing, get in my car and return to that store that was right beside that one. It's going to take more time, but it's so worth it, because you really do not want to see you really do not want them to see you just hopping from place to place to place. Okay guys, so that is all of my tips that I can think of right now. If I can think of any more, I'll leave them in the comments for you guys. So also I would like for you to leave some tips that you have accumulated over the years, or things that you might know, people have told you, of how to land a job, or even anything pertaining to getting a job. Just leave it down below in the comments. Also, I'm taking requests, so leave those there and I will get to them as soon as I possibly can. And there will be an interview video following this one, maybe 2 or 3 videos after it, where I tell you how to be confident, what to wear, and pretty much this video, but about interviews instead of applying places. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all very much, and good luck out there if you're looking for a job. I know I'm going to need it, but I love you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.